My voice is still not very good, as you can hear, and sometimes some bouts of cough. I'm wondering whether I can chant. But still, although many were asking me whether I'll be talking live or will it be a premiere, I thought I will talk and try and see whatever I can do. I think whenever the day for talking comes, otherwise also, whenever I talk to people, I feel that we are talking, or I am talking the same thing over and over again. And it has to be so because the aim is one, where we all want to know ourselves or know God, and in doing so, we want to have fearlessness, unaffectedness, peace, joy, happiness in our day-to-day life, every moment. So the very aim is very beautiful, and we must know, in spite of reading many scriptures, actually what we should do. Actually, what should be our every moment's thought, actions, our attitudes, our interactions. Whenever the interactions are not all right, what we should do so that we get back our self-seatedness and composure. All these things we must know. How to apply this spirituality, the spiritual path, the spiritual knowledge that we are loving so much and we are gaining so much knowledge. How we can use it in our everyday life, or every moment, I should say. So naturally, it all is about sadhana. And sadhana is what, say we get up in the morning and a day passes, so many things happen. We must take stock. Have I improved? Have I become more spiritual? Has my mind come away from worldliness? Or even now, my mind is mostly in the worldliness and only little bit in this knowledge. We know many of our tendencies and our traits are not good. What have I done to purify myself? Has my behavior changed? Have I become more loving, more expansive? Have I started thinking about others more and less of myself? The I-ness in me, has it reduced? Have I started thinking of the sorrows and happinesses of others and feeling joy or sorrow accordingly? So, this should be our introspection. To be a spiritual seeker is not only to gain knowledge, but to implement it in life and become that. Be and become. Be and become. This knowledge is such which compels us to become so. It has to be. So naturally, when we are reading all these things, and in Srimad Bhagavatam, all these, samvadas, that is the conversations between two people, sometimes a king and a maharshi, or sometimes a yogi and a king, all these things, in Srimad Bhagavatam, they speak about the steps, what we should do in our life, so that we can be always feeling surrounded by divinity, we become divine. Actually, we are divine. The self in us is divine. But mistakenly we identify with our body, mind and intelligence, and we feel that I am bound, I am constricted, I am limited, I am affected, I have afflictions, all these things. But the self is changeless, unaffected. So, I think whatever we listen to, we read, these steps are very, very important. So, as I was saying the other day, I never thought that this one yogi's conversation with King Nimi, Nimi is one question, and Prabuddha, the Yogi Prabuddha replying him, it will take up so much time. And as I am going through it, I find that, yes, many times, actually, we want to do sadhana. We know the word sadhana, but we do not know what attitude of ours is the sadhana. What action of ours is the sadhana. We love to do it. We have the knowledge, but we do not know that while doing sadhana, what all other things we do which takes us away from sadhana. We have to be very, very clear about it. So much clarity the intelligence must have. So we were doing this, and last time also I did the same shloka, 11.3.27, 11th skandha, 3rd chapter, 27th shloka. And the shloka is, Shravanam Kirtanam Dhyanam Harer Adbhuta Karmanaha Janma Karma Gunanam Cha Tadarthe Akhila Cheshtitam. We are wanting to merge in the divinity or merge in God. We want to get liberated. How to attain God? This is the question. And the question is, please tell us in a very simple manner so that we can pursue it. With very common intelligence, we have to pursue this and understand and see how we can go forward. So, Prabuddha is telling, and it is, all these things we hear. In Vedanta also, I am now reading from Bhagavatam. So, it is the Shravana, Kirtana, Dhyana, all these are coming. Even in Vedanta, when we are saying that I want to realize the self, this love towards this aim should grow. How do we love? I don't know what is the self. I only know the attributes, the characteristics, but I have not felt it. Similarly, God. How to love God? We don't know Him. We just hear about Him. So, in devotional text, they always say, listen about Him, sing about Him, and listen what? About His excellences, His sports, His deeds, His nobility, His greatness, His magnificence, all these things. So that just by hearing about the greatness, we fall in love with God. And we understand that He has a power to protect us, to take us in God's bosom and give us that security which we all want in our life. So this is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Dhyanam, Harer Adbhuta Karmanaha, Janma Karma Gunanam. Listen, sing and contemplate upon His excellences, His wonderful deeds, about His incarnations and His sportive actions. And the last word is Tadarthe Akhila Cheshtitam. Also learn how to dedicate all the actions to Him. That is, dedicate all your actions to Him. Now, we may read, we may sing, we may contemplate and do meditation, but that is for a little time, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. Rest of the time we have to do activities. What about that time? What shall we do at that time? What should be our attitude at that time? So it says that offer everything, all the karmas that you are doing, all the activity that you are doing, offer to Him, dedicate to Him, think about Him and offer. Now, what is this offering? That is, not only hear, sing, meditate, you offer it saying. So whatever activity we are doing right from the morning, if we get up in the morning, we may be making our bed, we will go for bath, we'll dress up, we'll eat food, we'll go to either for our profession or remain in the house looking after the household. All these things we'll do. In all these simple activities, we must think about Him. But just thinking about Him, does it become an offer? How does it become an offer? See, in Bhagavad Gita also, this samarpanam, offer all your activities, dedicate all your actions. Krishna is also telling Arjuna, that is, we are active, we have to do many kinds of work. Some of the work is bodily work, say taking bath, dressing up, taking food, walking, sitting, etc., running. Some of the work is domestic in the house. Some will be professional, some will be societal. In the society we do some work. So there are various kinds of activities. So in these activities, it is being told, the yogi is also telling King Nimi that, O King, not only hearing, not only singing praises and doing kirtana, or doing dhyana and contemplation, whatever work you are doing, offer it, dedicate. Similarly, in Bhagavad Gita, I am bringing up a similar verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, 27th verse. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Krishna is saying that whatever you are doing, whatever you are eating, whatever you are sacrificing, whatever you are giving in dana, whatever tapasya or austerity you are doing, hey Kaunteya, O Arjuna, everything you do, no harm in doing, do everything. It's not that to be spiritual, to seek God, to seek the self, to be a very good seeker, you have to leave everything. No, do everything. But do it. Kurushva madarpanam. See to it that it is offered to me. It is offered to me. Now, first word is yat karoshi. Let us see what exactly he has said. Yat karoshi. So yat karoshi, it includes all kinds of work. Bodily work, as just now I said, domestic work, professional work, interactional, societal, spiritual, devotional, every work. Offer all these to me. How will you offer? We cannot take the work as such and give. Offer yourself, offer your mind, offer your buddhi, offer the attitude. So, what we do is, we try to offer, we feel that we offer the karma. We may say also in our mind that I'll do everything remembering God. That is my offer. Or we chant a mantra. Maybe we chant this mantra only. But we have to offer ourselves, our thoughts, our speech, our activities, our interactions, our ideals, our ideas, our attitudes, everything that makes me this being. Everything should think of that divine, from whom we have been produced. He creates us, He sustains us, and we get dissolved in Him. Now, yadashnasi, not only what we eat, but it includes every perception, all the perception, through our senses, whatever we are perceiving, all that. That is, what does it mean really? What is this shloka meaning? It is whatever we do, at least we must remember while doing. Yat karoshi, all the kinds of work from morning till night, we are doing so many kinds of work. And during all work, we just remember God. There is a work which is given by God. We do not think that. We constantly feel, I am doing. I am playing, I am planning, I am doing, and I'll be successful. If we are not successful, we get depressed or we get angry. So the I-ness comes up. But in this arpanam, he's explaining, think of God and think that the work has been given by Him, the supreme power. Whatever we try to do, we know, this example we have said many times, we may plan, but the plans may not be fulfilled. We may plan in one way and the work will be done in another manner. Is there any control? Something we feel that we are controlling, but can we control? Today I think that tomorrow I will do something, but suddenly there is a disease or something happens, we are not able to do. Even if nothing happens, suddenly the brain doesn't work and you are not able to perform in the manner in which you wanted to or you are supposed to. So where is the control? So it says, think and feel that everything belongs to God. I am God's and God is mine. Everything belongs to God. In this body which has got created, the body along with its limbs, its senses, the mind, the intelligence, the ego, this form, it has been produced by that supreme power. And from what? From the Panchabhuta, which again is created by God. Where I am in a house maybe, in a building maybe. Where is it? It is on earth. Whose earth it is? It's God's earth. Have I created it? I may feel that I have made the house. It belongs to me, I have given money, I got a house or a flat. But where is that? It is on earth. Whose is this earth? Have I created the earth? Then there is a source. So, this arpanam word, it is not just chanting the shloka. We have to understand the shloka. We have to understand in the sense that it is saying, whatever you do, offer it to me. Just stop. Stop for a while and simply give up the I-ness that I am doing. Just giving up that I-ness becomes an arpana, an offering. Or just thinking that everything with my limbs I am doing, with my mind I am thinking, with my buddhi I'm applying my intelligence and I'm doing some great work, but my limbs, my senses, my mind and my intelligence all have been given by you, so nothing belongs to me. Thinking like that, it also becomes an offering, already offered. Nothing belongs to me, so everything is offered already. It is yours, it belongs to you. You are allowing me to use these, and so I am an instrument of yours. My dear children, I think we have not been taught these things, so we don't know. And when we are taught, already so many years have passed, with our I-ness and mindness. I do, I do, I do. So, it will take some time to get into the habit of remembering. Remember and do. Remember and offer. Remember and think that you are divine. Remember and think that a supreme source is there, a power is there. So, this is Yadashnasi, Yajjuhoshi. What is Yajjuhoshi? All acts regarding yajna, sacrifice. So, whatever you do with a feeling of yajna. And say we are doing a yajna, say we are doing a worship. We'll collect all the materials, we'll light a lamp, incense sticks, we'll chant the mantra, and maybe we will offer certain things in the sacrificial fire. All those things should be remembering that you have given me this chance to do all these things. And what is yajna actually? Then also in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has said that that is the yajna where you do not have every act when you do without any clinging, delusional clinging, then it is done in a manner of yajna. Do all work, but considering that it is all given by God, and don't cling to the work itself. Don't cling to the object, the aim, the things by which we do the action, or even the whatever result is going to come. Don't cling to that. Let any result come. Do your work in the best possible manner, in the excellent manner. So, yajnathat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. So it says that do all the work with a feeling of yajna. That is, you are doing without any clinging. And not only that, without any personal gain, without the feeling of personal gain. Always keeping in view of the benefit for others. Benevolent acts. Think of others and do. Even the housewives, they should think that I bring up my children in a manner where I do not get attached, but I give such bringing up, such education, such values, that he becomes a very good citizen of this country. How many mothers think like this? They are very eager to feed the children, buy many dresses for the children, buy many toys for the children. My child, my child, my child. This is what generally people are. And that is why they get bound. So this loka is actually, many of you know it. Yajnathar karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. So if you do not do work with a feeling of yajna, that is, feeling of without the sangha, and with a feeling of, universalness, then you will be bound. If you only do work for your small family or little bit extended family and my, you'll be bound. And all of you know that you are bound. I don't have to tell. Everybody is bound by our own tendencies, our own, wishes and desires, the plans of future. We are bound. So, yadyarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya, hey Arjuna. So, do work. How? Mukta sangha samachara. Beautiful two beautiful words, As Swamiji says that write slokas in your walls, these two we should write everywhere. What are these words? Mukta sangaha, that is, rid of all attachments, rid of all delusional clingings. We cling to our thoughts even, our ideas even. We cling to them. We are not able to let go. Leave aside objects, gross objects. Gross objects, I would say that we can give away, we can renounce. But our thoughts, our ideas, our feelings, very, very difficult to reject and renounce. I'm not saying the good ones you should renounce. Those which bind us. Such tendencies, such traits, in the hands of which we always suffer. We should remove them, reject them. So, mukta sangaha. We should not have any attachment to or clingings in our mind to the work when we are doing the work. How we have to do? Say, I feel that this work has to be done like this. So there will be quarrel if you are in a group. Another will say, no, this is the best way. So don't cling. Have discussions. And if you feel that another person is saying some better method, do it. Sometimes it may happen that my method is better, but the other person is overpowering. So okay, give in and let us do and see. These are for what? All this, these are spiritual gains. To know how to keep the mind calm, poised, loving, not getting irritated with others, accommodating others' shortcomings, we must accommodate, excusing, forgiving. These are all spiritual qualities. Why spiritual qualities? Because when we imbibe these qualities, as we imbibe them, we find that our mind will become quieter, calmer, not agitated, not disturbed. And in the perfectly restful mind, the self or God gets revealed. That is our aim. So, to reach the aim, whatever is necessary, we must do. So, tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha. And next word is samachara. Do the work excellently well. So many people will say, if we are not attached to the work, if we do not, how will we get the motive? The motive should be to do the work excellently, not to get attached. Getting attached is not the motive. That is not the aim. Aim is to do the work well, excellently well, perfectly well, and getting joy out of it. Let it be a very simple work. Let it be a work of simply folding a bedsheet. Mark my words, folding a bedsheet. Very trivial work. Fold it. It should be excellently well. All the corners should be absolutely together. When you fold, There should not be any wrinkle inside. Leave aside the bedsheet. Take a handkerchief and try to do it excellently well. The joy that one gets. And many will not do. They think it's very trivial. They do not understand. In doing such a thing also excellently, you are actually jumped onto the spiritual path by 10 feet or more. And the joy it gives to do everything well. Whether you like it or you dislike it. Many work we do not like, but that also has to be done excellently well. There comes this mukta sangatva. That is, don't cling to good work I will do excellently, perfectly. What I do not like, I will not do. There comes the sangha. There comes the clinging to preferences. We prefer this work, we do not prefer this work. We do not like this work. So not only work, even people also. So, yajjuhoshi, that is not only the sacrifice that generally by yajna we mean fire sacrifices, not only that, any work that we have to do must be offered to me. Then offered to Krishna, the Supreme. Dadasiyat. Now, what was the sloka? Yat karoshi, yadashnasi, yajjuhoshi, dadasi yat. So dadasi yat. So whenever you are giving something in dana or gift, as a gift or giving the dana, that also should be offered. There should not be a feeling that I am giving a gift, or I have given so much of dana, so much of charity I have done. You feel very great by doing it. Also another thing happens. If you give dana or gift also, whatever you have given, you have given away. There should not be any feeling how that person is using it or whether that person is using it. Those are also clinging. And those also, when we have those clingings, it is not an offering. So, even when we help people, serve people, when we fulfill others' needs, such kind of activities also, those are also very good activities. God should be remembered. And why we remember? We should feel that I-ness should not come in my mind. It is your work I am doing. You have given me this opportunity. I am blessed to have this opportunity to serve somebody or help somebody or do some particular activity. I should not have any abhimana, ahankara. These should be the thoughts. Then it becomes an offering. Yat tapasyasi. See, many times we do not like to do something, but we know that it has to be done. So, restraining oneself but still doing the work happily, that is a tapasya. I think all of you will agree. That is, not doing it in any manner, doing it in a proper manner, perfect manner, whatever we are not wanting to do, so that is a tapasya. So restraining the sense organs from worldly objects, our senses are always going to get attracted. Many things will only later on put us into misery, but we do not understand and we do not restrain our senses. We allow the mind also to go along with the senses, and then later we lament and repent. So we have to restrain the senses wherever necessary. And that is a tapasya. Also, enduring favorable and unfavorable conditions. Many times we do not have favorable conditions, very unfavorable conditions. That is tapasya. People not having money. Somebody is sick. A very complicated surgery has to be done. There is no money. How much unfavorable situation people have to go through. And I think more or less everybody has to go through. We are blessed if such big, such very big adversity doesn't come in our life. We are blessed. So, when we endure that, endure it without complaint, without blame, thinking that somehow I will go, I'll withstand it, and whatever possible to rectify the situation, I will do. That kind of a feeling one must have. That is also a tapasya. That kind of tapasya also offer. In those times, what we can do? We can think only that, oh God, you have given the situation. Give me the strength to withstand and cross this phase. Apart from things like tapasya, many people will go for pilgrimage, will take vows, then people will meditate, they will do nama sankirtana, all those things are there, shravana, manana, nididhyasana, everything. In all these activities, so one by one, various kind of activities Krishna is telling Arjuna. So all these things, you should remember me and offer it. Just don't start thinking that you are doing. Tat kurushva madarpanam. He says that offer everything to me. In doing so, what will happen? All the delusional clinging will go. And as a result of that offering, the I-ness and mine-ness goes. One attains that state. Yam labdhva chaparam labham anyate nadhikam tatah. When I-ness has gone, mine-ness has gone, the mind, one feels that I am God's, God is mine, I belong to Him. Everything that happens is by that Supreme, then automatically all the I-ness goes away. Nothing belongs to me, so where is the I-ness? Where is the mine-ness? Where is the bhoktritva? Where is the kartritva? No doership, no enjoyership. That is, one becomes liberated, reaches that state, which Krishna has described as that state reaching where one feels there is nothing greater than this. Manyate nadhikam tataha. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena guruna api vichalyate. And remaining where, even if the greatest adversity strikes, one will not be affected. I think all of us want that kind of a sthiti or a state in our life. We do not want to be afflicted. We do not want affliction. We do not want affectation. But to slowly go towards that path, Krishna is saying, for every activity, whatever it is, whether it is your bodily activity, whether it is your household activity, domestic activity, professional, or in the society, or you are doing some devotional and spiritual activities, every activity offer to me. So, now the question then comes, what is really meant by offering? What is by offering? How many times I have said, Mat Kurushva Tadarpanam, Krishna is saying. And I am also saying, Krishna is saying, offer to me, offer to me, offer to me. Maximum we can think that while doing the work, we will remember God. Now, what are we expecting by that remembrance? We always expect that I have remembered God, so I will be successful in whatever I am doing. I've remembered God, so nothing adverse should come to me. I have remembered God, so whatever I had wished should happen. This is what we think. But what is the real meaning of this offering? This real meaning of offering, we have to understand. And if we can understand, my dear children, it is so nice, so beautiful. There won't be any kind of difficulty for anybody. One will feel completely protected. That is, a feeling of fear also will not be there. You feel Govinda Parirambhita, always you are absolutely surrounded by the divinity. So, then to understand what is the meaning of this offering, okay, before that I wanted to teach a shloka today, which is very much connected to this shloka, where Krishna is saying, whatever you do, you offer it. So, a devotee is chanting this shloka. What the devotee is saying? Actually, what are we studying? What are we going through? What are we discussing? We just took up one shloka from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is saying that offer everything to me. And we are wanting to understand what it is. You know, many shlokas have been written by many seekers, many devotees. As we are going towards this aim, a spiritual attainment, whatever you may call it, slowly, steadily, lovingly, joyously. I hope the words that I have used, all of you are feeling that. Slowly, steadily, lovingly, joyously, not clingingly, we are walking on this path. And when we are going forward, you know, everything, every little success, every little progress gives us so much of joy. There have been such seekers, there have been such devotees for ages. And some, they have expressed their feelings in the form of poetry, shlokas. And when we read that, it gives us so much of clarity. And sometimes we are understanding, we also feel like this. We also feel like this. See, what is this shloka? Atma tvam girijamatihi sahacharah prana shariram griham pujate vishayopabhoga rachana nidra samadhisthitihi sancarah padayoh pradakshina vidhi stotrani sarva giraha yadyat karma karomi tattadakhilam shambho tavaradhanam atma tvam girijamatihi sahacharah prana shariram griham pujate vishayopabhoga rachana nidra samadhisthitihi sancarah padayoh pradakshina vidhi stotrani sarva giraha yadyat karma karomi tattadakhilam shambho tavaradhanam. While chanting this, I am remembering I did not chant the initial slokas today. Initial slokas, it contains the slokas Swamini Namaste Nataloka Bandhu. That is, doing pranam to my Guru, I start. So I forgot that. But of course, when I came, I did do pranam to Swamiji physically and come after his Ashirvad. So anyway, this is the sloka. It is a devotee who is calling out to Lord Shambhu, Lord Shiva. This is from Shiva Manasa Puja. And the devotee is saying how, because of the devotion that he has, his whole life has become a life full of the Lord. Whatever he does, he finds the Lord there. And whatever activities he does, through everything he feels that he is doing aradhana, worship. So he says, Hey Shambhu, O Lord Shambhu, Atma Tvam, you are myself, my Atma. So he is always feeling him inside him. God is inside, outside, everywhere he is. Girija Matihi. And my intelligence is Girija. Who is Girija? Lord Shambhu's wife, Parvati, whose name is Girija also. So Girija is Shambhu's consort. He says that Girija Matihi, my intelligence is Girija. That is, as you are close to your consort, Girija, my intelligence also is absolutely close to you, loving you. Sahacharaha pranaha, my life forces, sense organs are your attendants, associates. That is, my life forces and my sense organs, they are your attendants. Whatever they do not do anything else than to serve you. Shariram griham, and my body is your abode. I feel you are inside me as my Atma, and my intelligence is the closest, the dearest to you. And through my intelligence, I understand all these things. My life forces, my sense organs, they don't go here and there. They are always at your service, as your attendants. You are in my body. Puja te vishayopabhoga rachana. You have kept me in this objective world, my dear Lord. I have to interact with so many people. I have to do so many things, so many pieces of work and activity. Whatever I come across and I engage and interact with, I consider that to be your puja. My dear children, when I first read this, you know what I felt? I felt that such a beautiful thing. Puja te vishayopabhoga rachana. Immediately my mind felt, am I thinking like this? I also do so many work, with so many items, objects, so many people I have to interact with. Do I think that I am doing as a puja? Most of the time not. But this devotee is saying, Puja te vishayopabhoga rachana. That means, when we are in this world and we are dealing with so many things, we can do everything with a feeling of worship. When we worship, our mind becomes pure, pavitra. Our mind becomes light, bright, brilliant. And it starts loving everybody. Similarly, in this world, we have to deal with many things. We have to do many things. Some we like, some we dislike. But we can make it a puja because thinking that everything is given by Him. All the things in this world is God and God alone. God and God alone. Wherever we look, He alone is. He is all pervading. So whatever we like, whatever we dislike, in everything He is. So why can we not have this kind of an attitude of worshipping wherever we go, whatever we do? Yatraiva yatraiva mano madiyam tatraiva tatraiva tavaswarupam. Wherever the mind goes, I see your swarupa, yourself, O Lord. Yatraiva yatraiva shiromadiyam tatraiva tatraiva padadvayam te. And wherever my head is, thinking that you are everywhere. As seeing your lotus feet, I would bow down in prostration. I bow down everywhere, seeing you, your swarupa. So, puja te vishayopabhoga rachana, nidra samadhi sthiti. Oh, it gave me such a revelation. We just go at the end of the day, we are tired, we just want to lie down and then sleep off. Or maybe thinking of many things which happened during the day. Sometimes if some things went bad, we will be constantly brooding over it, blaming, criticizing, and then won't get sleep also for a long time. What does it say? Nidra samadhi sthiti. Think of Him. When we lie down on the pillow, think of Him. Think of the Lord. Remember Him. And let this sleep be like a samadhi. Samadhi. What is in samadhi? One is united with one's own self. In sleep also, actually, we are getting united. We get embraced by ourselves. We get embraced by our self, our Atma, in deep sleep. We don't understand it. But samadhi is not like that. Samadhi gives the bliss of samadhi, the bliss of that union. So let the nidra be not a jada nidra, that is an inert sleep. Through the sleep also let me be enlightened. And when I get up, I also must get the benefit of samadhi. My dear children, we sleep off. We get into very deep sleep every day. We get embraced by ourself, our Atma. But when we get up, there is no benefit. Why? Because we have not understood our Atma. And not only that, as soon as we get up, we allow our mind to be unrestrained with desires, expectations, clingings, possessiveness, ego and all that. And whatever union we had is all gone. So what we have to do in our waking state also, we must see to it that we are spiritually restrained. Nidra samadhi sthitihi sanchara padayoho pradakshina vidhihi is beautiful. I like it very much. What does it say? Sanchara padayo pradakshina vidhi. We are walking. Just imagine how much we walk every day. Nowadays people, they wear those watches to find out how many steps. Let every step be thought, I am doing a pradakshina for you, my Lord. I am doing a pradakshina. Where will you go? If everything is God, everywhere is God, God is all pervading, can we walk anywhere where He is not? We will call that pradakshina when we go to a temple and we take a pradakshina of the temple. Then I have made so many pradakshinas of the temple. Every day we are doing pradakshina, but we don't think. We don't think. Sanchara padayoho pradakshina vidhi. When we walk, each step, can we not think we are going around Him, around Him, around Him? Stotrani sarva giraha. All the words and speeches are hymns about you, my Lord. One will not be able to say anything wrong, anything bad, anything hurting. How will he be? How will he do? If we can remember God, we will not be able to. So he says, whatever I am talking, all words, all speeches, I feel they are hymns about you. Yadyat karma karomi tattad akhilam shambho tavaradhanam. Whatever action I perform, it is all your worship, O Lord. All your worship. So I will chant it and I will tell Nandita and Aravindan too. I think this is a shloka which everybody can learn. You know, simply, I feel that this sanchara padayo pradakshina vidahi, if only that much we can remember, that much. Now, after this will be over, we will get up, we'll go and walk towards our rooms to take the night's rest. Will we think about it, that we are going and doing pradakshina. Atma tvam girijamatihi.
Atma tvam girijamatihi.
Sahachara prana shariram griham.
Sahachara prana shariram griham.
Puja te vishayopabhoga rachana.
Puja te vishayopabhoga rachana.
Nidra samadhisthitihi.
Nidra samadhisthitihi.
Sanchara padayo pradakshina vidhihi.
Sanchara padayo pradakshina vidhihi.
Stotrani sarva giraha.
Stotrani sarva giraha.
Yadyat karma karomi tattadakilam.
Yadyat karma karomi tattadakhilam.
Shambho tavaradhanam.
Shambho tavaradhanam.
Atma tvam girijamatihi. Sahachara prana shariram griham.
Atma tvam girijamatihi. Sahachara prana shariram griham.
Puja te vishayopabhoga rachana. Nidra samadhisthitihi.
Puja te vishayopabhoga rachana. Nidra samadhisthitihi.
Sanchara padayoh pradakshina vidhi. stotrani sarva giraha.
Sancharav padayo pradakshinavidhihi stotrani sarva giraha.
Yadyat karma karomi tattadakhilam Shambho tavaradhanam.
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 I think it is there in verses for introspection. You can find it from the website, it may be there. So, now we want to know what is meant by this offering. Here also the devotee is saying what? Yadyat karma karomi tattadakhilam shambho tavaradhanam. How did he reach this state? He has already reached it. He says that you are myself, you are in my body is your abode, and my intelligence is the dearest and nearest for you. With my intelligence, I am understanding everything. And my life forces, sense organs are at your service all the time. They do not go here and there. So, and everything, all the things and all the experiences in this objective world, all my experiences is your worship, through your worship, whether it is with objects, with people, or through anything else, that is your worship. Nidra is samadhi sthiti. And sanchara, moving with 2 feet, I feel that I am doing a pradakshina. And whatever I speak, it is your stotra, your hymns and praises. All the activities, all the work that I do is your aradhana, worship alone. So he has already reached it. How did he reach? And we also want to be like this, that whatever we do throughout the day, we do not forget God, we do not forget divinity, we remember Him. Whether we walk, whether we talk, whether we act, whether we are sitting, or we are doing a very important, engrossing work in applying our intelligence and mind. We want to be like this, that we feel the connection with God. Nitya yuktata. We want to remain united, never lose His touch. So, what did he do? And then in this, Krishna has said that it will be everything you offer to me. Mat kurushva tadarpanam. You offer to me. What is this offering? Now how do we offer? And what will make our mind feel that I have offered? Just saying will not do. Just doing will not do. Now, we can think like this, and we have to think like this. See, our life is in this world, and whom does the world belong to? The world belongs to that Supreme. You may call it God, you may call it Brahman, you may call it the consciousness, anything. There is something which is greater than us. We cannot create it. We have been created by that. And so we belong to God. If we call it God, we belong to God. And we are living in this God's world with this body given by God, created by God. Body means what? The body, this form, having the limbs, the senses, the mind, the intelligence, the prana shakti, life forces, the ego, everything together with that. This limited being is created by God, which lives in this world, on this earth, which is created by God. So, with this body, whatever we are doing, body means always understand that body, mind, intelligence, etc., etc. With this body, whatever we are doing because of whom? Because of that supreme power, God. In Him, of Him, by Him. Understanding that I am God's and He is mine. I belong to Him. Also understanding that nothing belongs to me. I feel that my hands belongs to me, but this body belongs to me, my feet belongs to me, eyes are mine, this is that. All many things I say, mine, mine, mine. Nothing belongs to me actually. No control. This we have seen. That however much we try, we do not have any control. Any control. So many things we can plan. The plans may or may not be fulfilled. So, just we can always think, if this is the truth, then like a servant works for the master, we also work for our master, who is that supreme being, whom we call God or Brahman. Now, why do we call the God master? In Bhagavad Gita, see, all these shlokas are there. One is, I will see this. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. This is 10.8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. He says, I, the Supreme One, am the source of everything. My dear children, we don't remember this. We feel that we have done. I have made this house, or I have done this work, or I have gone from here, I am driving the car. Yes, we are doing, but there is somebody who controls it. I, the Supreme, am the source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. Mattaha sarvam pravartate. From me alone, all are activated. It is from me that all activities go on. Knowing thus, the wise people worship me with all their feelings and emotions. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. It says that the wise people, knowing this, worship me with all their feelings and emotions. Wise people. So we have to be wise. We are fools. If we don't remember it and just see, we are always forgetting. Always forgetting. How? We are remembering our name, our parents, that how many siblings we have, where is my house, how much possession you have, what is your qualification, do we forget? Even if we are engaged in a very engrossing work, we will not forget these things. But we forget this. Our source we forget. Where from we have come, because of whom we are activated, all this we forget. Then, yatah pravittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam. Yatah pravittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam. This is 18.46. Swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. Yataha pravittihi bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. By devoutly offering one's own action and pursuit to that source from which all beings have emerged. Yataha pravittihi bhutanam. From that source, all beings have emerged, and by which all this is pervaded. Yena sarvamidam tatam. That source, from that source, everything has emerged. It activates everything. Also, it is pervading everything. If we offer with devotion all our actions and our pursuits, then man will attain siddhi, perfection, liberation, anything you can say. Swakarmana, that is, offer your actions. Offer your actions. The whole day we are active. Whole day we are active. So offer your actions. Now, how it is to be offered, we are seeing now. So this is another, that it is not only that one has emerged from the created, it is activating, it is also pervading everything. Then is Ishvara sarvabhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantrarudhani mayaya. This is 18.61. O Arjuna, Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hriddeshe tishtati. God dwells in the heart of all beings. So first what did it say? That from the Supreme all the beings have been created, emerged, activated. And now it says that God is in the heart of everybody. Yena sarvamidam tatam is all pervading. As it is all pervading, so it is inside me also. It is inside and outside, everywhere it is. So, hriddeshe arjuna tishtati, brahmayan sarvabhutani yantrarudhani mayaya. He makes everyone world around as in a revolving machine by his maya. He is not only inside us, and with his power, his maya, he is making us active. He only sees how we are going to whirl around with our activity. He is doing it. It is by his power that everything is being done. So, the Supreme God is the Master. So we are trying to understand. The Supreme God is the Master. He rotates the wheel of activity, and this is not only for us, the human beings. He is all pervading. He is everywhere in this universe. If the creation has been created by him, and he is sustaining it, and the whole creation dissolves in. So, he is the one who is the master and controller of the sun, the moon, the planets, the earth, many other universes, the celestial objects. Some planets may be bigger than what is existing and we know of. So, such a controller, such a master who is controlling the whole thing, he alone controls our activities also. My dear children, it's not only devotion. One has to think. Has to think. With mind and intelligence, one has to introspect. And that is why even this Yogi Prabuddha, he has talked about reading the Shastras, Swadhyaya, read the Shastras. And reading the Shastras, we find that Krishna is telling this to Arjuna. It is a very, very typical scene. It is the battlefield where Arjuna doesn't want to fight, and Krishna is inspiring him to take to his Swadharma and fight, because that is what is required at that time for the benefit of everybody. And in doing so, whatever he has told, it is true for everybody. He says, Krishna is saying, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha mayarpita mano buddhi mayarpita mano buddhi mame vaishyasya samshayam. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha. He says, Krishna is telling that he is inspiring, and all that he has told to Arjuna is beneficial for us, is applicable to us. He says that, remember me at every moment, sarveshu kaleshu, remember me. See, this devotee, he is saying, what is he saying? In his 4 lines, he has made us understand that he is constantly thinking of the Lord. He is surrounded by the Lord. Whatever he does, whatever he thinks, with his intelligence, whatever he understands, everything is the divine and divine alone. So, Krishna is also telling, O Arjuna, and leave aside Arjuna now. This is for us now. He is telling Arjuna, Yudhyacha, you fight. He is fighting in the battlefield, and we are in the world. We have to fight many battles of our own minds. We are angry, we are irritated, we are disliking, we are hateful. Those are the battles of the mind. Leave aside the battles when you interact with people whom you don't like, quarrels and all that. Battles of the mind. How do we fight those battles? He says, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara. Every moment, remember me. And he adds, Mai arpita manaha buddhi mam eva eshyasi asamshayam. He said that the mind and intelligence which is dedicatedly resting on me, that is, if you can make your mind and intelligence, till now what we were saying, offer, remember. What is this remembering? Yes, I take up a job and I say, God, I am remembering you. Is it like that? What exactly is this remembering? So he is saying, Mai arpita mano buddhi. If you can fix your mind and intelligence dedicatedly in me, what will happen? Mam eva eshyasi. You will attain me. Asamshayam, without doubt. He says, without doubt, Arjuna. This is as simple as that. Remember me always. And how will you remember? By applying your mind and intelligence dedicatedly, devotedly, fix it on me. You will reach me, attain me, without doubt. And what is that attainment? That state where, reaching where, we feel there is nothing more than that. And we do not get affected by the heaviest of adverse situation. This is that. So now we have to understand what does this fixing or dedicatedly resting mind and intelligence on me means. Is it not? We have to understand what does it mean that my mind and buddhi has to be fixed on God. So we'll see it next time. Prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nitya bodhasvarupam param nischalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham sadanusmarami pranami. Prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nitya bodha swarupam param nischalam nirgunam
Smarami pranami.
Jai Guru, Jai Guru.